Hello everyone and welcome! It's Marika here and today I'm making this video tutorial for Altenew. In this tutorial I'm going to be making this card here and using some very basic distress ink techniques for the background and doing some water bleaching for the images. So let's get started. I began to paint my very loose watercolored look background with distress inks. I used distress inks for this because they react with water afterwards and it is fun to play with the effect. I used Victorian velvet suppy shutters and scattered straw for the background. I used very watery ink mix here to get the even look onto the paper. I also have a flat brush to help me to get it more even, and I start from one side and go straight to the other side with one loose stroke. When I'm satisfied with the background, I take my heat gun and speed up the drying time. A little later, I will be making some splatters and I want my paper to be dry so the splatters will be sharp. There is no rhyme or reason how to do this, and this is just how I do it. I take my round brush, probably size 4. The bigger the brush, the bigger the splatters will be. I take less watery ink mix to my brush and I try to hold the brush loosely between my middle finger and my index finger. Then I take my left hand and tap gently but determinedly to the brush. I usually keep my brush somewhat 15 to 20 centimeters above the paper to avoid the splatters to go all over. Then I do the same thing with just clean water and let the water to stand for about 15 to 30 seconds. You'll see when the paper starts to get white, then you can use your clean paper towel to erase the water and you'll have this cool looking splattered background. Then I stamped my images with waterproof ink and I used my heat gun again to make sure that the black ink is really dry before proceeding to the next step. And now we're ready to start removing or bleaching the ink. I use clean water and I add that to the images with my brush. I let it sit for about 15 to 30 seconds and then I use my paper towel again to remove the ink from the paper. And now we have somewhat clean, white images with an even background. I used my Wink of Stella glitter pen to add shimmer to the images and now I'm covering all images with glossy accents. This will give the shimmer even more shimmery look and some texture to the card. I let the card panel to dry and in the meantime I made the sentiment. I stamped it with black pigment ink and heat embossed it with clear embossing powder. I also wanted to add something to the back of the sentiment to make it more pop from the busy background, so I added a nest of white twine. I added a few clear sparkling sequins and water droplets to finish up my card. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful. I list all the products that I used in my blog and the link will be at the description below. Please visit Altenew blog for more inspiration. Thank you very much for your time. See you soon. Bye!